Hi everyone, in this episode of Take Charge Now, feel free to agree or disagree. I'm going to try to debunk some of the popular money myths out there. The first is ditch your credit card and use cash. Look, credit cards can be a very effective tool to build your credit rating, which then can be used when applying for a consumer loan, renting an apartment, even purchasing a car. The only time I would ditch my credit card is if I continued to rack up debt and was unable to pay it. Now, the second one is retirees shouldn't have money in the stock market. Woo. I would argue that you may want to reduce some of your exposure to the markets as you age, but eliminating it altogether, that in fact could compromise your ability to keep up with inflation. I also appreciate that many retirees are in wealth protection mode, not wealth accumulation mode, but exposure to good quality companies that not only have a dividend, but increase their dividend, that can help you preserve your purchasing power. Number 3 is if you save aggressively, one day you're going to be rich. Well, that unfortunately is not entirely true. You do create wealth by spending less than you earn, but in order to create real wealth, you have to increase your earning potential. By the way, you have to keep your expenses in check as well. So look for ways to enhance your skills, expand your education, all with an eye to increasing your earning potential. Number 4 is you get what you pay for. Not always. Higher priced items doesn't always equal higher quality. Think real estate, generic drugs, even stocks can have price changes, but that doesn't mean the product, the service, or the company is any less valuable. Number 5, I don't have enough money to start investing. I bet you likely do. For as little as $25 a month, you can start tucking a little money away into a mutual fund or exchange traded fund. And to ensure you get the job done, I would consider setting up what we call a PPP, a pre-authorized purchase plan. The money comes right out of your account. And if it's not there, you're not going to spend it. And that way you pay yourself first. And number 6 now, buying a home is always better than renting. No, it's not. Actually, homeownership really isn't for everyone. Many will dream of having that white picket fence, and for some, it's a great investment. But owning a home simply isn't for everyone, both from a financial perspective, but even from a lifestyle perspective. Think about it. If you're someone just starting out in your career and you want to have the flexibility to relocate, it's a lot easier to do it if you're renting, and it might even give you a competitive advantage. If you still want to own real estate but not sure the time is right, consider maybe a rental property or even an investment trust, a real estate investment trust. Number 7 is I don't have to worry about my finances because my partner has everything, absolutely everything under control. You need to. Listen, no one is going to care about you and your financial situation more than you. You simply can't afford to ever abdicate responsibility for your financial future to someone else. It doesn't mean you have to manage the daily transactions, buy and sell stocks, but you do need to take the time to understand what's going on and not be afraid to challenge assumptions or outcomes. Now, number 8 is 2 incomes are always better than 1. I guess that can make sense unless expenses are higher than the money coming in. The decision to work outside the home can often be driven by childcare costs or even caring for another family member. Of course, there are emotional decisions here as well. Not everything, and I mean this when I say it, is driven by a financial outcome. Number 9, setting up an emergency fund can wait, unless you're dealing with an emergency. You don't know when you might lose your job, the roof could leak. You don't know when something can happen, even much worse. And having a little money tucked aside Doesn't help the scenario all that much, but it helps you get through it a little easier. And if you don't have the money in an emergency fund, 3 to 6 months living expenses, at least get a credit card or a line of credit that you don't use, but you've established should the event you are confronted with an emergency, because sometimes when you need one, you can't get it. And number 10, this is a big one and the one I'll end on. Personal finance is only for people who have money. Absolutely not true. Personal finance is for anyone who wants to take control of their financial situation. It's about setting some goals, getting out of debt, building an investment portfolio, building that emergency fund, exploring insurance options, and the list goes on and on. Every single one of us deserves a financial plan. It's not one size all. It's not a cookie cutter approach to building wealth. It's all about, as this YouTube channel is called, taking charge now. So I hope you do.